Hello, and welcome to this presentation of a dispositional framework of the Scholar Practitioner, presented for Dr. Kimberly Chappell's AEP 921, the Scholar Practitioner at Fort Hays State University. Meet your presenters. I'm Michael Crouch, Master of Science in Technical Communication. I serve as the dual credit coordinator at San Jacinto College in Pasadena, Texas.
And I'm Simone Todd. I hold a Master of Arts in Elementary Education from Adelphi University and a Master of Education in Literacy and Reading from Florida Atlantic University in West Palm Beach, Florida. I am currently a middle school reading teacher at Bach Middle School of the Arts.
The idea of the scholar practitioner brings together the studious nature of the learned scholar and the practical experience of one who has spent considerable time in their field. The scholar practitioner represents a new kind of educational administrator, one who uses research to inform their daily work and publishes their findings in order to build out the discipline's body of knowledge. Much more than that, other features such as a critical mind, a lifelong love of learning, a high acumen for communication, a strong sense of ethical behavior, and a passion for their field define the scholar practitioner. Scholar practitioners possess acute critical thinking skills. This allows them to analytically evaluate knowledge from a variety of sources and synthesize them into new forms of knowledge. This adds to the existing literature and contributes valuable, novel solutions for the problems of practice. Critical thinkers challenge convention and blaze new trails. In the Bricular in Practice, Defining the Scholar Practitioner, Williams Munger states that the scholar practitioner will connect the dual roles of professional and academic, act as a boundary crosser, and join theory and practice by using multiple methods or approaches. Let's look at an example of a critical thinker. Nicole, a dual credit director at a medium-sized community college, has been told by faculty who teach dual credit students that they are not emotionally mature enough to handle college coursework. There is nothing academically challenging about these students, however. Nicole consults with her counterparts at other community colleges to find out if they face the same issue and to learn what they have done to remedy the situation. She also researches the literature to learn about what research is present in this area. After reviewing her findings and consulting her superiors regarding a course of action, Nicole introduces an orientation program aimed at impressing upon new dual credit students the seriousness of the commitment they are making and driving home the differences between the high school classroom and the college classroom, particularly with regard to the expectation of maturity and behavior. In this example, Nicole analyzed the situation, gathered information from professional literature and other resources to broaden her knowledge, and created an innovative solution to address the problem. Nicole is a scholar practitioner who demonstrates critical thinking.
According to Wasserman and Cram, scholar practitioners are lifelong learners that utilize academic research in practice and theory. They make connections between research and practice within the classroom. They also utilize innovation to improve learning outcomes and continue to seek knowledge and education outside of professional development settings to build the capacity of colleagues and students. While Dhaliwal concludes, lifelong learning is a means to foster human maturity. In order to become a good citizen, you must be willing to promote a learning society as a part of the lifelong learner process as a scholar practitioner. Dhaliwal, 2015. The example or scenario for the lifelong learner is Allison. She's a first-year principal at a turnaround high school working to create an educational plan that will support and engage teachers, students, staff, and stakeholders. In this role, Allison prepares to embark on her new leadership role by utilizing recent articles, books, blogs, and informational vignettes to inform, challenge, and build the knowledge of the staff. In order to introduce herself to the staff, Allison supplies each teacher with an informative article about strategies to build a single school culture and requests that all teachers read and be prepared to share their perspective at the first preschool staff meeting. Similar collaborative learning opportunities are provided to the staff throughout the year through professional learning communities, or PLCs. During the PLCs, innovative concepts, practices, and theories are identified during action research. This new investigative learning process during the learning meetings sparks the process of lifelong learning and becomes the new single school culture. Through providing an opportunity to engage in sharing and interpreting information to bolster her school initiative, Allison is furthering the knowledge of others through her knowledge and willingness to share her knowledge.
Scholar practitioners are masters of interpersonal communication and use that ability to promote professional collaboration. We are actively involved in professional discourse by participating in professional and academic events and organizations. We use this propensity for communication to change theories into action. Shine, stated simply, a scholar practitioner is someone who is dedicated to generating new knowledge that is useful to practitioners, as cited by Wasserman and Cram. Let's look at an example of a scholar practitioner who demonstrates effective communication. Sarah is an educational planner who works with students to organize their degree plans to align with their career pathway and transfer university. Over the course of her career, Sarah has developed several models to help her explain this complex information. She has kept records of her models, interactions with students, and the effectiveness of each model at helping students understand the complex programs they are undertaking. Sarah shared her models with her supervisors who took them forward, and through collaboration with her peers, her model is now in use by the whole district. Sarah works her 3 models into a conference poster and presents it at a statewide convention for educational planners and academic advisors, many of whom expressed interest in using Sarah's model in their own institutions. In this example, Sarah developed and refined her model using professional and interpersonal communication skills in a collaborative environment. Sarah shared her knowledge and ideas at a professional event, and through this scholarly discourse, her model may be used at other institutions.
Scholar practitioners are ethical players. They are professionals who have moral courage and a moral compass. They commit to upholding actions that are serving the community or society and not self-motivated. They display professionalism through listening to and valuing the contributions of others. They continue to uphold the confidence of others with honesty and trustworthy behaviors. Reardon 2013 discusses 4 ethical elements that speak to each portion of leadership. Ethic of profession specifically defines the ability to uphold specific principles in leadership that require scholars to question how their decisions will affect others, and also who will specifically be affected by the decisions made in leadership or in the scholar practitioner capacity. Through this process of questioning, the outcome or a specific behavior or action will allow ethics to remain as the focus of the scholar practitioner. The example or scenario for scholar practitioner as ethical player is Larry. He is a middle school math teacher with 9 years of teaching experience. He's attempting to obtain a position in leadership with his school district. During the last 9 years of teaching, Larry has applied for several leadership positions and has taken on several leadership responsibilities to gain firsthand experience. While in the leadership capacity on his school campus, Larry is privy to confidential staff and student information that he would not be able to view as a teacher. Larry is well liked on the school campus and many of his co-workers are his personal friends off of the school campus. Although Larry is given access to personal colleague information in his leadership capacity, these are colleagues who have become personal friends. Larry is aware of his duty as an ethical player. In his commitment to upholding actions that serve the school and students first, Larry strives to uphold the confidence of those he works with and for in the capacity of interim substitute administrator. Larry is intentional in choosing instances to display unbiased behaviors when given opportunities to make informed decisions in his leadership role. Larry also removes himself from situations that could create notions of impropriety when he is serving in a leadership capacity. The intentional decisions to display moral courage in practice allows Larry to be viewed as a scholar practitioner and an ethical player.
Scholar practitioners rise to seats of leadership. Using our knowledge, skills, and experience in both the scholarly and practical realms, we effect positive change in the communities we serve. Schultz discusses his core values of scholar practitioners: community, democracy, social justice, caring, equity, inquiry, criticality, and generating knowledge for practice. These core values are echoed across the literature, particularly in Felder and Bell's 2018 video. They speak to the kind of person the scholar practitioner is, someone who is driven by a sense of responsibility to their communities and who has a keen understanding of the need to treat everyone the same. They are wise in that they do not derive wisdom from one particular source, but seek out new sources of wisdom from which to draw. They continually review their findings, perfecting what can be perfected, and changing course if something does not work. Let's look at an example of a scholar practitioner who is a passionate leader. Freya is the department chair for developmental studies at a community college. Her department includes developmental reading, writing, math, and English as a second language. She has been the department chair for only 3 years, but has been an ESL instructor for the last 20 years. In this time, she has written several peer-reviewed journal articles, edited books, attended and presented at professional conferences, and is also the president of a statewide association for ESL instructors. She is a respected member of that community and is looked to by practitioners from around the country for guidance. Freya has recently started volunteering her services at an immigration support center, helping people new to the United States to learn the English language. In this example, Freya is a passionate leader in her academic community. By keeping current and leading her field, she has evolved from instructor to department chair to statewide leader and continues to share her skills with the community at large.